Welcome back. You're a good person. You work hard. You try to do the right thing, but in recent tough economic climate, there are many good people going through tough financial times.
And when that happens, it's difficult to know what to do, but there are solutions that can get you through financial challenges and get you on the road to financial recovery. And joining us now is Our Lady of the Law, Felicia Walker. And Felicia, you've got some information that can really help people, but most people don't know that the help is out there and that they can use it if necessary.
That's true. Unless they watch this show, however, and then they get to find out every single week what happens. But today I wanted to talk about something for people, and specifically homeowners or people who have secured debt on their automobile loans, that there are options available even if they don't have overwhelming credit card debt or some of the other traditional issues that we deal with or we speak of, on a weekly basis. And it's a little complicated, but they're called lien strips and cramdowns.
Okay.
And
why don't we break down what
right.
those? But first, go ahead. But even before we get to that, can you talk about like secured debt versus, just to break down what the definition of that is, so people at home know whether it affects them or not?
Sure. A secured debt is something when you borrow money for a home, a car, sometimes even a mattress or furniture. At some of the popular rooms to go,
like
Sears, or Best Buy even, that they can come and take it back if you don't pay.
Okay.
So that would be a secured debt.
Okay.
A secured debt.
Versus
An automobile loan would be a secured debt.
Okay.
If you don't pay, they come and pick it up.
Got it.
And unsecured debt would be standard credit cards, even student loans, just regular medical expenses, things like that.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Okay, now let's get on to the
Cramdown.
A cramdown is available for people who have investment properties. They've done all the right things, or what we used to consider the right things before the market and the economy dropped, where they have investment properties. They have a client, for example, that had 3 townhouses down in St. Johns County that he purchased and owed about $180,000 on them each. And they were worth probably about 70. So he didn't have any unsecured debt or anything like the normal things that you would think that you need to file bankruptcy. But he filed a Chapter 13 to cram down those mortgages. And what happens is the house was only worth $70,000. Each one of them was worth $70,000. And he was able to file an adversary proceeding against the mortgage companies to get the mortgage of the house equal to what was owed on the house. So he was able to re-amortize the loan at $70,000 and be able to pay it off in 5 years, an extremely low interest rate, to where at the end of his bankruptcy, when he received his discharge, he had actually lower payments than what he was paying on a 30-year loan, and owned those 3 townhouses free and clear. Free and clear in 5 years. And so, of course, he was able to rent them out and restructure his finances to, in a better way by filing bankruptcy.
So this cramdown, does this only apply to investment properties?
Yes, it only happens in investment properties as far as real estate goes, but you can do that. It's called a motion to value for an automobile. If you've financed an automobile and, the minute that you drive it off the lot, it depreciates. So if you've owned that at least 2.5 years, you can do a motion to value that automobile down as well, to where if, you owe 20 but it's worth 15, you'll be able to pay 15 back instead of the 20, which is extremely helpful.
And if you do this cramdown, you have to do it through bankruptcy proceedings?
You do. It's only available through bankruptcy.
Okay.
And we've talked about bankruptcies before. Usually we're talking about a Chapter 11, but this is a Chapter 13. With this, how does that affect your credit in moving forward?
Well, traditionally, we see that bankruptcy does not hurt people's credits. If you have an extremely high FICO score, it can drop it somewhat. But last week, we posted on our Facebook page that a mythbuster, a bankruptcy mythbuster, which we talk about a lot, we filed a bankruptcy for a client whose credit score increased 155 points. I mean, 155
Instantly?
Points from file bankruptcy. Well, within 12 months, they estimate that. And that could even improve greater if they do certain things like get secured debt again or secured credit cards and things to help that, because your bankruptcy, your credit is compared to other bankruptcy filers at that point rather than people with rosy perfect credit.
Okay, so we talked about the cramdown. What is a lien strip?
A lien strip is available for investment properties and homestead properties. If you have 2 mortgages on your homestead, you've either consolidated your debt, pulled out some equity of your home for whatever reason to get a swimming pool, whatever reason it is, but now your home is worth less than what you owe on the mortgages combined. If you owe less than what you owe on your first mortgage, we can strip away or get rid of, we recategorize it from a secured loan to an unsecured loan, to where you strip that away from your mortgage payment and you can deal with it in the bankruptcy other ways.
So you don't have to, so your mortgage payment would be going down essentially.
Well, you wouldn't be paying that second mortgage payment
Okay.
any longer. The first one remains the same. There's nothing we can do
about
for
the
homestead property.
But the second part,
The
okay.
second one
Which
we
is
can
the investment
restructure
property.
it, which is, well, you could do that for investment property if you have 2 mortgages on investment property or your homestead property. The difference
Right.
is Cramdowns is only for investment property. You can't
Correct.
cram down the value, unfortunately, of a homestead
Of a home
property.
that's underwater.
Or we would, everyone in this room and all of
Would
our
be doing
viewers
it.
would be
Right.
doing it immediately.
Well, the bottom line is it can be pretty confusing. I mean,
It can be.
there are a lot of options out there that I'm sure a lot of people don't even know exist. So what would you recommend to somebody who's facing some financial hardships, who are looking for different options, to come in and just sit down? You guys will go over their financial portfolio and just say, here's what we recommend?
Absolutely. It's completely free to do that. The best weapon you have against debt and anything is to get educated about what your options are and not to worry about, well, someone told me this or I heard that. Come to the professionals to find out exactly what we can do, because you would be surprised. This is one, continually clients are just shocked that that's available. They've never heard of it.
Yeah.
And now you know what a Cramdown is.
Yeah, well, we didn't know it until you
I had
walked
no
in
idea.
here.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, what is this?
So,
What are we going to talk about? What
But
do we
it's
cram
a
it down?
term of art, but now we can all go
Well,
talk
I'm sure a
about
lot of tough
Cramdowns.
people who, you know, just their houses are underwater, they're just struggling to make ends meet, they're having a tough time trying to find a job.
It's good to have
and it's-
options.
Right. And
Yeah.
statistics show that more than 50% of homeowners in Duval County and surrounding areas are underwater in their home.
Yeah.
Felicia,
Okay.
always good to see you.
you. It's good to
Thank
see
you
you
so
too.
much.
Thanks
I
for
want to
being
thank
here.
also
Thank you.
the ladies of the law for the advice, and thanks to Emery, Kast, and Walker for sponsoring this segment.
And remember, they say the biggest mistake that you can make when you're facing any sort of financial hardship is to do nothing. At least come in, they say, and talk to them. The legal
free.
team, right? The legal team of Emery, Kast, and Walker, they say they understand exactly what you're going through. They understand just good people going through some bad times. So visit their website at www.jackslawyer.com or call them 904-404-3394 for that free consultation.
Free? You say that again?
Free. But just remember, Nick, there's no such thing as a free lunch. But if you go in there and at least you can say, hey,
You'll know what's going on for
Exactly.
free at least.
You never know.
now I'm coming.
You brought us donuts today.
We
She
did bring
us
donuts.
That's right.
But it's good. And you know what?
Always
They
chocolate.
say knowledge
Always
is power.
chocolate
It's
milk.
always good to know what your options are.
Absolutely.
Well, bless your guys' hearts for being
Options with donuts, too. Good thing.
here. Don't take my chocolate.
Still to come.